All right, boys, a little big and small. I don't even know what episode we're on. Like 102, I think. 102. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Dougie and I are on opposite ends of the fence, opposite sides of the fence about the success of the New England Patriots. So we'll talk. We'll open that can of worms. Rick, was your
Welcome to our millions of viewers.
Dougie get up the
Happy
beverage?
holidays. It's been a tough holiday run for me, I got to be honest. But got to get through it. 2 more days, and then 2026 on for bigger and better things. And thanks again for all millions of viewers, and thanks for following the reels. And wishing you all a good, happy new year.
All right, Dougie. Any messages for the viewers?
No.
No. So get into it, Dougie. What do you got? Bees?
Yeah, they lost six. They suck.
So I haven't really been listening to sports talk radio because this is kind of a weird time of the year too. They got all the subs in now and everything, and it's really not that good. But are they? Is anyone calling for Sweeney's head? I mean, they've lost six in a row. They're
No,
actually falling off a cliff.
they don't really talk about it. Nobody really
Really?
talks about Celtics. Nobody talks about Bruins. Just Patriots 24 fucking 7. All you hear about Celtics and Bruins is if they lost or won when they go to commercial. Everything else is just fucking Patriots.
Because to me, we all knew going into the season that they lacked offensive power. Marco Sturm, in my opinion, has done a good job getting the most out of what they have. But you know, that rock, you can only squeeze so much out of that rock. You know what I mean? Teams get wise to the way they forecheck and stuff, and they can neutralize that, then they're screwed. I don't know. I don't think enough's being said about Sweeney just completely dropping the ball in the offseason, doing nothing except picking up fourth liners. I mean, they're good guys, but they're not gonna, do anything. And we said that. We said that going in.
Um, yeah, I agree. I mean, they're in a little tough streak, but I watched the game last night. They were good. They played tough. They should have won that game, but they're just not burying them right now.
They got
Boston's
one
not,
goal.
huh?
They had one goal.
I know they're just not scoring. They were getting, they were getting some more production out of certain guys, and the power play's gone a little bit dry, and but they're not competing, and some of the young guys are good. They get a chance. You can pick up a couple of the right guys in the offseason. They'll be right back in it. But Minton's very good. Um, he's got some. He's going to be a real good player, I think, in the NHL. But and they're taking just way too many penalties, way too many penalties. But Konstantinov, I love him. I think he's tough. But you got to get more production out of the Lindholms and the Zakas, and those guys aren't fourth line players.
No.
You're not getting enough there. And he mixed back up the lines. He went with that lower line. It's kind of ironic. I said that when Lindholm was out, they seemed to be playing better. And I'm not knocking Lindholm. Love him as a number two center, but they don't score. That line, Lindholm, Pasta, and Geeky just don't score when they're together. So which I liked last night. He put Pasta back with the kids with Minton and Konstantinov. I love that line. I mean, they
Yeah.
didn't, but there's just not enough consistent firepower out of them right now. And I think the goaltending's been okay, but way, way too many penalties. Way too many penalties. But yeah, just a disappointing streak because I thought for sure they were going to be a playoff team, but they got a little battle ahead of them now.
Well, they're still in it. I mean, they're only
No, they're in
six.
it. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's going to be a much bigger battle. You lose six straight. I mean, you picked up a point last night. They lost in overtime, so at least you got a point. But because
Um,
they have a couple points out of the six, it's not like they
when's
lost it.
the break for the Olympics? That's February, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So they got some games ahead of them before they take that break. So
yeah, it's a
I don't know.
big month of
Yeah,
January for
huge, huge.
them.
All right, so that's good for
Let's
them.
make predictions. We're going into the new year. Bruins make the playoffs or no?
I want to say yes.
They play Wednesday, February 4th, and then they're off until the 26th. So they got 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a fun
I'm
night
gonna
to watch sports. That should be a fun month to watch sports. Oh, well, the Olympics are around. At least they can go to them. So what do you got? They in or they out, Doug?
he's gonna say they're
Out.
out.
Yeah.
Coach?
I'm gonna say they're in. I'm the eternal optimist. Dougie's like, uh, we're doomed. Who's that guy? Gulliver's Travels. We're doomed. Who's that guy?
No, I just don't think you have the firepower.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but I think there's a lot of parity in the NHL, and I don't know. I'm an optimist. I want to see them. I think they can make it.
Well, I think it's going to depend on the trade deadline, but if they're as constituted, I'm with Doug. They're out.
Okay,
So
noted. Let's check that.
noted. You put it on the pod at this scene. Write it in there when you do it.
Okay, can't wait to say it. Told you, because I've been
Mhm.
saying I told you a lot lately. But anyway, how about the MVP Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics? What's he going for tonight,
Tonight,
Dougie?
tonight he breaks the record if he gets an over, what is it, over 30 points again?
Yeah,
Is it break or tie tonight?
It's either tie or break.
Yeah.
I thought it was break, but maybe it was a tie. Who I think who had it?
MVP,
Bird? Who was it? Larry Bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MVP.
So, Rick, I asked it before we kind of came on the air. I asked Coach, and I'm like, so why is the Tatum coming back talk so loud right now when Jaylen Brown is literally doing everything you asked of him to do since Tatum went down? Why is everybody screaming for Tatum to come back?
Well, from my end of it, why would I want him back? I don't want him back if he's 100,000%. But if he's ready to go, this team with the young talent they got, some of those guys, they can win that conference by accident. By accident. There's nobody scary in that conference right now. Pistons might be probably the best team, and that's about it.
No, but I agree with Doug. I feel like there's something behind. There's a motivation behind all this teasing of Tatum coming back and stuff. Like it seems unnatural. It seems overkill.
Yeah, but
I agree. I agree with you, Doug. Something's up.
They were talking about Tatum coming back way before Brown went on this run.
I know, but it's like been consistent. Like there's
Yeah, but it was
definitely
more like Tatum would come back to like try to save the season. Like the
yeah,
Messiah is coming back to save the season.
something's there. There's definitely something there, and I wouldn't be surprised. Me being a conspiracy theorist, I wouldn't be surprised if, due to that whole, and you talked about it, Dougie. What's he on the books for 57 million next year, 61 the year after? Jaylen Brown. I wouldn't
50
be surprised.
57 million 26 27 27 28 61 million 28 29 65 million.
I mean, they might be just building up Tatum because they're gonna let Brown go. Just because of the money. This new owner might be like, "What are we doing? I can't pay two guys that
And
much
this,
money.
this might be an
You have to
audition.
pay at least two guys in the NBA. Who the hell else you paying?
Not that much. I don't know. I don't
Are you
know.
kidding me? You got to pay at least 3 or 4. I mean, they're getting steals out of this guy. Cada doesn't make anything. You've got the young kids playing really well, and they don't make anything.
I
Shyman's
don't
getting more
I don't
time.
disagree. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying I feel that this new owner kind of wants to take a break from the money for a little bit, and maximize the young kids. That's just my gut. And maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Not much, but I have been wrong.
I would say you're 100% wrong on that one.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
All right. We'll see. I don't know. Could be another told you moment when he's dealt at the deadline. Imagine that.
You get tarred and feathered. I mean, they get guys who like freaking that. Those guys are good. That kid Hugo Gonzalez, the rookie, he's unbelievable. That kid. He's
Yeah, it makes
18.
nothing.
He's freaking 19 years old. I mean, they're
Yeah.
an interesting club. I can't stand Pritchard, but outside of that, Baylor Shireman's been playing times physical. The bunch of them. Simon's is okay. You get rid of him, but there's some. I don't know. I kind of like. Well, I like watching them a little bit when they play the game right. I can't stand it when they just completely always just bomb away. But
16,
they get some guys that when they put when he puts the right lineup in there, they're tough. They're tough. They go to the rack and rebound.
So Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Anthony Simmons contribute to 75% of your total cap hit between four players.
Yeah, Simons is going to be the guy out.
Yeah,
Adding up to $162 million between the four players.
Yep.
it's a lot of dough. It's a lot of dough. I don't see them. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
But that's
somehow,
you know,
somehow Golden State could pay all these superstars for years. Pippen could play with Jordan. I mean, you name it. Let's get on the list. What teams won with at least 2 or 3 superstars? The Miami Heat. I mean, come on.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. I'm not saying that that's not the right formula. What I'm saying is I have a feeling this new owner doesn't want to do that. That's just my feeling.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, so let's touch on a little college playoff football action. Do we have
Okay.
so we get Ohio State, Miami tomorrow night. Ohio State by 10.5, did you say?
10 is the
10.
line.
What do you think? You think Ohio State covers that? Ricky does.
I do.
Yeah.
Miami plays very good defense, but their offense stinks.
Yeah, I mean, I think Carson Beck's going to turn back into the pumpkin that he is, and he's just going to be overrun by Ohio State's offense, or I'm sorry, defense. He's not going to know like which way is up.
Yeah, I think they're in trouble. They're not very good on that offensive side. But I'll tell you, their defensive ends on that team are freaking ridiculous on Miami. They're fun to
So,
watch them because one of them could be on the Patriots' radar.
so maybe
Coming.
you pound the under? Is that what we're hearing?
Under's only 40.
Wow. Because Ohio State's offense isn't, you know.
No, that's why I mean it's going to be
It's their
interesting.
defense that has brought them to where they are.
I could see
Right.
that game being like 14-3 Ohio State.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be kind of fun to watch. I mean, I'd like that game. You know, because you're never out of it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. But you know, are we still? I'm still predicting Indiana. I probably in my head it's like really, but I just think that they look good. They just, but it's we talked about it. They've had a month off, right? Ohio State, Indiana, the top four. They've had a month off, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you've had a month off. You play.
It's a lot of rust.
Um, and I don't even know. I forget if Rick, I asked you with like your coaching experience, like, what do you do?
It's tough. It's tough. You know, you heal
Like,
up.
there's no like,
I mean, you got to
there's
still.
there's no practice squads in college ball.
No, but they got like
Yeah,
90 players.
they had so many guys. They scrimmage. They probably had like you do when you play the spring game. They probably did a couple spring games along the way on a Saturday. Stay off the quarterback, kind of a control, but in the trenches is your button heads and all that. But no, I think it's tough. I think it's an absolutely ridiculous system. We talked about this before. There should absolutely not be a bye. Go to 16 teams. Don't have 2 cupcakes in there and just go. And that's all you got to do. And then these guys, it's not this crazy layoff and everybody's on an equal playing field and go. I don't mind, I guess. Maybe if there's 16 that first round, they play at the highest seed site. That's it. But then everything else is neutral after that. So it's just it's an absolute no-brainer. And even if you want to put a couple cupcakes in there now, at least the better team, all the best teams in the country out of it is at least 14 of the top 20 are in it. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty simple.
So like we talked about that before, Doug. To your point, that was the whole thing. Like guys who played Tulane and freaking James Madison, that was like them having a free scrimmage. Perfect for you. You
Yeah.
know, you're not going to lose. Get out there, run your offensive, stay a little sharp. I think it's a disadvantage for the guys who had a bye. Now, if you had a first round game and a real tough game like Miami did, you know, that's a little different because you get a little banged up or whatever, but and you get bounced. But to do that, I think they're going to feel good about where they're at going into the game. But we'll see. But I'm with you though. I like Indiana over Alabama, coach. I do.
Indiana's favor by 7.
And I think Georgia wins. I because of I wish
Lane Kiffin.
what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Lane
Kiffin.
Kiffin, why he, if he was still there, that probably would have been more interesting. But I think Georgia wins that one too.
George is favored by a touchdown.
Yeah.
what about Oregon?
Oregon's favored by 2.5.
That's a solid game.
I think that's going to be the best game of the night.
High noon, so you're going to have to set your alarm to wake up for that, Rick.
I have to do a hitting lesson at 11:30.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember how to do that? Are you going to throw?
See the ball, hit the ball, coach.
Are you going to
See
throw?
the ball, hit the ball. Huh?
Are you going to throw?
Yeah, I'll throw.
Oh boy.
I do a lot of.
boy.
I'll do a lot of the sit down stuff too.
Yeah.
It's just one kid. It's a long story. He. I don't even know him. I've never even met the kid. He played high school, and then the mom knew my buddy of mine, Jamie from Boston, and she was asking about his son's getting it. He's not like a big stud or anything, but he loves it, and he really wanted to spend more time doing it, I guess. And she was talking to my buddy about it. He goes, "Well, if you want any advice, just call Rick Forrester." So she called me. So then we were just like, they said, "Well, what's he doing for travel ball? What are you up for?" And then she was like, "Well, he's just looking for indoor workouts." So I said, "Well, listen, if he's not ready to play like with the prospects and stuff, that's fine because he hasn't had that experience. But for the winter, which is great at the prospects, you can just pay. You could pay a modest fee and just be able to attend the workout, the winter workouts, which are twice a week, all the way from like just before Thanksgiving all the way into March." And so he's been doing that and loving it. And so
Yeah.
now he's like, "Mom, I want to get some more lesson stuff." And so I said, "Well, look, if you contact the Ducksplex, it's fine. Find a time where you can get and rent a cage. Then I'll go over and work with them. At least meet them, work with them a couple times or whatnot." So that's that.
When is that?
Huh?
When are you doing that?
Actually, I'm not doing that Thursday, Doug. I'm sorry. I'm doing that Friday. Yeah, that's right.
Taking the kid to the promised land.
He's too old. He needed me a lot younger in life. But we'll see.
So what's predictions? We got Oregon, we got Indiana, we got Ohio State,
In Georgia.
and Georgia for the predictions. All right. Moving on. So your New England Patriots. I don't want to get into the little argument we had earlier. Not yet. I want to talk about Stefan Diggs first. The meathead strangled I think it's Cook or something.
Personal
This is-
chef.
Yeah, personal chef. I mean,
That's
what are these guys
you get.
thinking? But it supposedly was blown out of proportion. Never happened.
That's what he's claiming. Who knows? I don't know. It's just overall, it's just unfortunate. He had an awesome game last week. He's been a real leader on the team. The team has had, like, except for battling injuries, and they're doing a great job doing it. There's been no stupid hiccups the whole season with anybody. And now you're basically done and ready to go. All the momentum. And now that, which pisses me off is more like the coaches got to listen to it. The other players got to listen to it. It's like, who wants it? They've been so focused. And all of a sudden to take your focus off, they're pros, I guess, but it's just unfortunate, and I like it's this. It just ruins the whole vibe. I can't stand it. That's all I hear is they're talking about this. I was at the gym on the treadmill and the freaking news. I mean, it was like half an hour of Stephon Diggs,
So
allegations.
my question is, and I don't know how it goes in the NFL world, because obviously when it comes to legality and pro sports, obviously it's a whole different realm, but obviously the organization knew before the news broke. I'm assuming the coaching staff knew before the news broke. So if you're Drake Maine, you're sitting there, next to Stephon Diggs, and all of a sudden you look at your phone, it's like, hey, you're getting charged with felony strangulation. What the fuck is up with that? And now what? You just call a team meeting, or did the team know about it? Like,
I would hope that when it happened, Stephon Diggs told the team himself and just said, "Look, I'm dealing with this, blah blah blah. You're gonna see a lot of shit, but I'm handling it. It's not true, blah blah blah." And that to me should be it as far as the team goes. I mean, yeah, they're gonna hear noise, they're gonna have questions, but if he goes in there and says, this is coming out, and I apologize, and the timing sucks, and blah 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 blah, I think the team will be, yeah, don't worry about it. We're good. Just keep your eye on the ball. That's all we care about, you know, and the rest is noise. That's my opinion. I don't
I agree
know.
with Doug. I mean, I think what you said, Coach. I hope that's what happened. But if it didn't happen that way, and this is the first any of the players are learning about it, I think that would have been have to be a big mistake. Now, unless they just want to, I hope that's not the case, but they'll get over it. It's just unfortunate everybody's get through it. I hope. I don't know. Whatever happened happened. I'm not gonna never innocent till proven guilty. There seems to be a lot of discussion either way, but um, who knows? It's be an interesting winter. That's all. Because I don't
did
think
did
he has a
did
hearing until like the 23rd, I think.
23rd, which will probably be postponed till March. But did he make a statement?
Not that I
Not that
saw.
I've seen.
I didn't. I saw the team made a statement like,
Yeah,
we're behind Stefan 100%, but he didn't actually say anything.
Well, he's
yeah.
probably being advised not to.
He can't say.
No, no. But the good news, I think, is that it's not week one of the playoffs. It's, go beat the shit out of Miami week, which is good for them because then they can get that, hopefully get some other things in the news cycle, and let this thing play out on its own. That'd be the best scenario, I think. They got the 1 week. They still got the 1 week of regular season, which if this was going into week one of playoffs, yeah, that'd be a major problem.
Yeah, no, I agree. So just unfortunate, but it is what it is. But they certainly looked good last week against a terrible team, but they were devastated injury-wise, the Pats, and they still look great. Getting some bodies back. Too bad, freaking. Who was it? Herbert's not playing, right?
Right.
Herbert's not playing. No, they shut him
So
down.
it kind of would have been fun. So
Does that officially ice them if they lose as the Patriots opponent? Would everything being the same?
I think the biggest decision with shutting Herbert down was the fact that his offensive line sucks. They
Yeah.
can't stop a fucking nosebleed, and they've just been decimated. I mean, they're on third, fourth, fifth string fucking players for Christ's sakes. So I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, he got
yeah.
banged up pretty good that
Well,
last
plus
game.
it didn't matter for them anyway, really, right? That's
I
why.
think it did. I think it did. I think
No,
yeah, they could have moved up, I think. Because they
it
have the
really didn't
same
matter
record.
where they were. They couldn't get a home game, no matter what, and they would have been like either the fifth or seventh seed or something like that. That's why they're not playing them. There's no
I
way. I
think
mean, there would be the NFL would fine them if there was really something at stake on their end that they didn't go for. and played them and didn't play them.
I think if they won, no, if they won and Houston lost, they would have hosted Buffalo. I think that's the case.
Well, that's stupid. Then I don't know if that's the case, but that's crazy.
It was
You
definitely an
give up a
impact.
home
It's
game?
definitely an
Why
impact.
would you give up a home game?
There's definitely an impact. Is there any quick things you could look up? I think it definitely there's a scenario that played out
Uh,
because they have the same record as Buffalo. They have the same record as Jacksonville. Although Jacksonville will be the division winner,
um,
and I think they have the same record as Houston.
they
Yeah, but I
do.
don't think they have any of the tiebreakers with them. But yeah, I mean wow, that is crazy now if that's the case, because you're right. They could have see home games one,
And they play Denver, right?
Yeah,
that two, three, four. Oh, there's only you only
but Denver gets the bye, so there's 6 teams, I think, the first round.
yeah. So I don't think they would have had there's the 6 teams the first round. So there's no way they were going to get home field over any of the other three. Because the division winners are going to be the Patriots. Then
Patriots, Jacksonville, and Baltimore, Pittsburgh, right?
right.
They would get the home game.
Yeah.
So no, I think the difference was
Seeding.
they could play Pittsburgh, or they could play uh, the Patriots. I think that's the difference. That is the difference.
So why if the Patriots
That's all.
win and Broncos when they have the same record? So why does Denver get the tie break?
They have a better conference record, and I think it has something to do with the Raiders. They beat the Raiders twice. Pats lost to them.
Patriots have a six conference of 6-8 and it's in my phone. It's their conference at 8-3, right?
I don't know.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah, it must be. Yeah,
Denver is no, same thing, 8-3.
I think it has to do with the Raiders. Common foe. I think that's
Yeah, I
what
don't
it is.
know. It's weird. But yeah, that is strange. I don't know why. Why that's it has to be something like that, a common opponent. That's so strange. They're exactly well, no, that's why if the Patriots, I know it's just weird. They get it over them. They'd be tied and everything, so there's obviously some tiebreaker in there.
Would it go to
That
strength of schedule?
No,
no, but it's like a
common
common
opponent.
opponent or something. Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe it was because the Patriots lost to like Oakland and Oakland. I mean Las Vegas, the Raiders,
Yeah.
right? Because that's who Denver would have had them in conference beat them, So that's probably what it is. It's the only thing I
yeah,
can.
yeah.
But
All right. So speaking of strength of schedule, Douglas says that the Patriots' record is inflated due to the fact that they have played only 2 teams with us above 500 record. Is that right?
Yes.
So,
The two teams being Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
right. So I think that they have. So you're saying if they played a better. So you're saying if they played a better schedule, then Buffalo would probably be the division winner.
No, what I'm saying is everybody's just glazing over like the strength of schedule. Like like let's be realistic fans and look at the actual opponents that they played and the shit football teams that they played, and let's put it into perspective. Yes, they took care of business, but with a grain of salt, it was, like I said, the Jets had 17 players play on Sunday who weren't even on the roster in week 1.
Yeah, and,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
they're playing Plymouth North for fuck's sake.
and
Like,
they could have won that game 70 to whatever.
No, I no,
I,
I think the strength of schedule is definitely an issue, but I think they're answering the bell. And like I just look at it as just take the AFC alone. So what? So who's good? Denver? You watched them
No,
play recently? They
they
look
just
like they
lost.
lost to a third string quarterback with Kansas City.
Right.
I mean, so it's like Buffalo stinks. Look what they did. They laid an egg the other day. Pathetic. At home against Philly, what they did on that final Allen with that kid was wide open in the end zone. That was a whole different thing. Pittsburgh, good Lord. They already beat Baltimore. Pittsburgh, they would have beat by 50 if they played them right now.
And
You know?
they might not even make the playoffs.
I mean, the only team for me that's of any concern is Houston. Because those guys, I watched them again we watched them last week. The freaking absolute ass kick is up front. And they only rush 4. They don't even need to blitz. They absolutely destroy people. And they will manhandle the Patriots line. Manhandle. You got to hope Stroud lays an egg, but that team is nasty right now. They're like they're really, really physical. And that's the one matchup for me I worry about with the Patriots. I think Denver's defense is way overrated. That division stunk this year. The Chargers stink, in my opinion. And Jacksonville's an upstart team. They get some firepower. They're good. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is playing good football. ETN's a dude. They're interesting, but it's not like I remotely fear anybody. The only thing I possibly fear that with them going in the AFC is I fear that Houston defense. But if you can get them at home, you're outside, cold, who knows? Maybe McDaniels can come up with a good scheme, which typically can against good defensive pass rush. But that's a game too where I worry about in the playoffs without a Mac Hollins. You know what I mean? Because he's that guy, physical, big, get open quick guy, reliable. Where you're going to need that type stuff. But like I said, but yeah, I mean, no doubt the schedule was weak. There's no doubt about it. But I just think you look at teams they beat and then who they ended up beating or competed with. It's like is what is interesting. But I would agree with you, Doug. I mean, it's definitely a weak schedule, no doubt. They still get plenty to play, plenty to prove here, but I don't think
out of all the opponents you've played this year, they have a combined 139 losses already this year.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
They just went through it. It's not good. But when they've had to play, like Cincinnati, for example, though, they're playing way better. But though they didn't have to face Burrow.
Or Chase, because Chase decided to spit in somebody's face and get suspended for that game.
Yeah. I'll tell you the one that talk about suspensions. That Metcalf thing to me is a joke. I'd be pissed if I was Pittsburgh. You got 2 games for that?
The punch in the fan in the stands, yeah.
Yeah, the fan, there's a complete conduct rule for fans at a game, which their security did nothing about. They were warned about it. The guy did it before, and Metcalf had it. And the guy reached over at him. He didn't jump. Mike Milbury got less, and Terry O'Reilly when they climbed the glass and
That's a little different.
in Madison Square Garden. I mean, give me a break. He tugged on the guy who's an obvious clown looking to get some type of publicity about it. And all you're doing is, again, supporting stupidity. It's just like, let's make sure every time there's a murder, let's make sure there's a mass shooting, that it's on the news all day. So the next fucking psycho says, oh, that's how I'm going to go. Blaze of glory. I'll be on the news. Awesome. If there was no such thing as the news, those shootings wouldn't even exist. Gone. gone. And now you go to reward a fan and say, we'll probably sue and make money too. And he cost the Pittsburgh 2 games. Gross, absolutely gross. And it's shame on Detroit not doing their job. And what they came out with their statement at the end of the day was an absolute joke. He violated every piece of fan expected code of conduct. Every piece. They did nothing. But anyway, that's my piece on that. And I'm not a big DK Metcalf fan, as you know. So I didn't care when Pats didn't sign him because I think he's way overrated.
So I think Rick agreed with you, Doug, that the Pats would be not as good if they played a tougher schedule.
Well, not
I mean,
necessarily
I
tougher
think,
schedule, but I mean, the NFL as a whole has been a. I'm a proponent of 2025 NFL just deserves a massive asterisk next to it with the amount of debilitating injuries and everything that have gone on. I understand you're still going to play the games, but the Patriots have been um, reaping the benefits of all of that.
yeah, but I think, I agree with that. But I think the league loves it. I think they love the fact that the Pats are back. It's different. I think they love the fact that, Jacksonville, Houston, there's new teams in the mix right now that, Kansas City and the old guard are not there anymore. Um, I think that the NFL likes it, brings new markets, brings new eyes. It's going to be interesting. I think I think the NFL likes it. I think it's good for them. They love parity, and this is the epitome of parity right now. Denver, they love Denver. That's another one, Rick, that I don't like is that they got to go to Denver. I don't like that.
Yeah, we talked about that before, though. I think I'm not as impressed with them as I used to be, but they're I do seriously worry about the uh, elevation. It's a real thing, and the Patriots got a younger type club, young quarterback. How you do that? It was funny. I was watching the 30 for 30 last night on about Five Slam. Was it no about Houston with Elijah on, and when they lost the national championship to NC State. Remember that? Like how crazy that upset was.
Yeah,
So Elijah, part of that was they were in Albuquerque, was where that was played. And Elijah went bananas, but he basically couldn't breathe almost anymore. And he literally had to come out of the game for like a long stretch. He was on the oxygen and everything. It's pretty cool anyway. And that's when the NC State made their crazy run. I mean, that team was nuts, Houston. That team, however they lost that game is beyond belief. But anyway, just a side note, I do worry about the elevation on the road. I wouldn't fear them one bit in Foxborough, but that's not going to happen now because
no.
sissy Chargers wouldn't go compete.
All
I
right,
think
what
the whole
else?
thing's I think the whole thing's horseshit if you're going to just sit out a game. My opinion. If you're banged up, sit out. Get ready to play. If you come out at halftime, you come out at halftime. But get ready to go. You're there to. You're there to.
I kind of agree with you. Like, I don't know
I
if it
think it's
was
bad for
like
your fans. I think it's bad for everything. It's only 18 games. It's like, come on, let's go.
17.
You're getting paid a lot of money. Go play. Hand the ball
Yeah,
off every time if you want.
yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think that's bullshit. I think it's kind of a black eye. It's like, well, there's playoff implications here. You should be obligated to play your starters unless there's an injury. You know, that should be that should be part of the rules. Like if you don't, I mean, like you said, hand the ball off every play. But if your starter's not injured and there's still playoff implications and you don't play that guy, that's a problem. I think that's a problem.
Can't you just fabricate like the injury report?
I don't think so. I don't
How,
think
how do you
so.
how do you prove it? Oh yeah, he's banged up. He's got a bruise.
Because you have to have
He's
doctors
not
sign off
going.
it and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, they probably could, like technically, but I don't think, it's like a legal issue. If you're a doctor and you're giving a false, diagnosis of a guy just because they don't want to play him, like that's malpractice. It's fraud. So I don't, technically I don't think they do that. But, I'm naive.
Um, Also going back to the strength of schedule in this year, I think if the Patriots are going to win anything, it has to be this year because a lot of stuff changes next year.
Well, I mean, they're a year better. There's a lot of,
Like I
there's
said,
could be some.
you're next year you're at Chicago, you're at Detroit, you're at Kansas City, you're at the Chargers, you host Denver, you host Green Bay, and then you still have an AFC North, AFC South, and an NFC West team that hasn't been determined yet.
Couldn't be less worried about because half those teams just named stink. But my whole thing is, I'm like, I welcome it. I welcome it. This kid's a freak. You've got a legitimate freak as our quarterback right now. Freak. It's ridiculous. 23 years old. Freak. I mean,
Even though the defenses he's going against are like
no, it's not the point. Just look at his skill set. Look at his brain. Look at how strong he is. Look at how he can run. I mean, what freaking quarterback? You're talking about Lamar Jackson, whoever. What? I'd love to know in a 50-yard dash who could beat him out of quarterbacks in a 50-yard dash right now. I'm going to say nobody. When you saw what he did on that run against Buffalo, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Warp speed.
Not only
On
that, but
Henderson's long touchdown run. But I
yeah,
mean, the kid, you got a freak. You've got unbelievable draft class. You've got at least two. Your starting left side of the offensive line is rookies. You've got one of the. It's going to be one of the best safeties in the league. Mark my word. Woodson, rookie. You've got Gonzalez. What, year 2, All Pro. I tell you who got screwed though, is Jonathan Jones. How he didn't make the Pro Bowl, the first team. It's ridiculous. They're except for Bradbury's a little bit older at the center spot, and Harold Landry. The entire team's a bunch of babies.
and
One
Moses.
of the most dynamic running backs in football. Not the most, but he's a very dynamic young player in Henderson. Rookie. You've got it's you're like another good draft class away and a couple free agents. I mean, they should be freaking loaded next year unless they screw it up.
Morgan Moses is old too. They got to replace him. Right
Yeah,
tackle.
Morgan Mose on that side, but he has had a great year.
He has.
He's had a
Yeah.
great year. You might get another year out of him, but you're still going to go draft a tackle, find another tackle. That's for sure. I agree with you. But even the guys who couldn't, I mean, this is where, we'll see, because this is where I agree with Doug. Like last week, you played the Jets and your offensive line looked awesome because you played a really, really, really bad team. So to Doug's point, they haven't played a team that I would say is outrageously, even including Baltimore, is like their old school Baltimore Raven defense. They haven't played that type of defense. And I don't know how many teams even have it out there right now, but that's why I fear Houston. I just think they will ass kick that line. But those guys have played well. They've done a pretty good job. And but you've got Bill Williams back. Spillane will be back. You've got Landry on the back end, but he's still under contract. Chaseon's back. Go get a DN. You've got a ton of young interior linemen that have stepped up and played well. Maybe you could say Carlton Davis is a little bit on the back end of his career, but you still they're the youngest team in football by far.
Yeah. The other thing too is the throws that Drake May has made. Like he's not. It's not like he's throwing the guys that are wide open. He's putting the ball where it needs to be put. He's throwing. He's a better passer of the football than Tom Brady was. Ooh, taboo. But he is. Right now, 23 years old. He throws a better pass than Tom Brady did, especially deep ball. It's not even close.
Oh, we talked about that Sunday. I couldn't agree with you more. I really can't. I mean, Brady was an unbelievable tactician, smart as can be, could outthink people, clutch, tough as nails, Gumby. I mean, unbelievable. But as far as if you just said, look at this kid, go right right to his ear, like James calls. He throws like a shortstop. It's like right there, and ching, forget it. I mean, go watch a, Tom Brady had the nice, awesome, nice mechanics, but everything's up here. This kid can go gone. It's
Right.
and I'm not saying he's Tom Brady. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying the natural ability he has is he's special. He's
He's more
special.
talented, physically talented than Tom Brady was.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Most
Not even
people are.
close. Yeah.
Most people are.
Yeah, true. That's true. All right. So yeah, we talked about
MVP.
MVP. You know what? I think he's got a solid argument. I mean, if it's a statistic only award, then no. But if it's most valuable player, then he's definitely more valuable to the team's success than Stafford was.
I think it was Stafford's to lose, and I think he lost it last night.
You do, huh? You think he lost
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
He should freaking lose it after last night.
Yeah.
But to Doug's point, that argument of strength of schedule is a difference. But that was what I was going to bring up. Is Stafford basically? I think they played six common opponents, and the Patriots were 6-0 against those common opponents, and the Chargers were 4-2.
Oh, that's a good stat.
I
I
mean
like
the
that.
Rams. Sorry, the Rams 4-2. Yeah,
I like that stat.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the stat. And it was um, but outside of that, the weapons they have there, though, I've been pleasantly surprised with the weapons in New England, but you know, I'll tell
Imagine
you right
Drake.
now,
Imagine if Drake May had fucking Puka Nakua for Christ's sakes.
I'm just saying, if you put Drake May in with the Rams right now, they're
Yeah,
probably undefeated because Stafford
yeah,
can't run.
right.
And in that offense, it's a lot of counter boot stuff. If you can then run RPO off that, oh my god,
They have two very good running backs there too. They have
yeah,
a
exactly.
phenomenal wide receiver. The only thing that's a downside is you,
They got Adams too, right?
yeah, but he's hurt right now. But he was Stafford's like favorite end zone target.
Red zone guy. Yeah,
Um, Patriots probably have the nod on the tight end side.
yeah, yeah. But
Both those guys were great.
I agree with what you said, Doug. It was his to lose, and you think he lost it, huh?
I think he lost it. Yeah, the three, just the way that they lost, like because it all hinged on Stafford basically. He three picks, just tough sled.
And I think that if he comes out, if May comes out this weekend and he throws another four touchdowns, like 20 of 23 passes, real efficient, and they go on to win like 35-7 or whatever. I mean, that might seal it too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean the only downside would be I think Drake probably only plays the first half.
well, they had 35 in the first half this week,
Yeah,
so who knows? Who
I
knows?
I think he kind of forces the ball to Diggs a little bit more than he should, rather than kind of take the open check down.
Maybe, but I mean, there was stretches of time there for 2 or 3 games where he wasn't even looking at Diggs.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said this. I think I said this 14. Like it's like they go in on Tuesday and
Yeah,
Daniels is like, okay, this is a Mac Hollins game. This is a
yeah,
Hunter Henry game, and they just like, and then you look at the box score. It's like Mac Hollins 11 targets since when, and that's just
right.
like what they decided to fucking do that game.
Talk about that guy, like mystery injury there, like out of the blue, and he's out for I guess till the AFC Championship, right?
Yeah, he's on IR, so you have to miss
4.
4 calendar weeks, right?
Yeah, that's a problem. He's a big deal. He was coming on. That hurts. Although Afton Chisholm, he's just a football player. Kid's pretty good.
Yeah,
Definitely not a big drop off, I don't think.
from him and Hollins.
No, I know Hollins is way better than him, but I'm just saying, like, he can make plays.
Hans is just the problem you lose with him is his size.
Right.
You know, they don't, as long as Booty's back, at least you're in decent shape there. But
Yeah.
Hans, as far as making the tough, big guy type play, you don't really have anything after him. And that's my fear without having him. He was a good binky uh for Drake. He likes we like throwing him, felt confident throwing him in tough third down situations, uh, long distance plays, and he's tough to replace. That he's going to be tough to replace. I agree. Very unfortunate. I didn't even hear what the injury is. Did you?
No, he's got some abdominal problem, but I don't know when
Yeah.
it happened.
I think the only he can be back is the AFC Championship game.
Right. We'll
Anyway,
see.
well,
We'll see.
4:25 Sunday. See what's up.
Yep.
It's 425. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It was TBD.
yeah, 425.
That's a good time. I like that. It's better
Great.
than 820.
I'd rather the 1 o'clock slot.
Worst slot in the country, 1 o'clock. 4:25 is great. You just watch it, and the night's pretty much over. 1 o'clock, it ends. It's like, what am I doing now? Brutal.
Right. Right. We're going to
Go,
Anejo. We're going to
going
Pillory.
back to the injuries, like with Mac out and Booty out, I thought the other guys would have had a bigger role in that game. Like I thought they would have been more involved. Let's see what these guys can do actually being involved. But I mean, it's like they were just placeholders. It was still just Diggs and Henry.
That's what, yeah, I agree. I was hoping to see a little more of Kyle Williams, but, I don't know. I don't know if he's a one-trick pony for now, which is fine, A little
Even
off.
Pop. He only threw to Pop. He threw to Pop once.
Yep. Maybe get back to some slip screen stuff with them, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting weekend and a couple of days here with the college football and see how things are going into with the Patriots. And we get playoff action coming up, so it should be fun.
All right. With that, any other entertainment news we want to bring up or anything like that? No?
Not
I'll be
really.
at the
Just
game Sunday.
I will. You're
Oh.
going?
With my boy Dan?
Dano.
Nice.
And he
Oh,
called
that's
me.
why you didn't like the 1 o'clock.
I like the 1 o'clock.
No, I know. If you go, it's good at one. It stinks if you're home.
And then he told me he confirmed he got his playoff tickets today. So I'll be going to whatever playoff game they host.
Nice. Nice.
Do you know how that works? I used to have season tickets. So,
He fucked up because they sent him like multiple emails and he
oh,
like never responded.
oh.
So he had to
Well,
like
what?
beg, he had to call like the ticket office today and like beg and plead for like his tickets, and they had to make sure they weren't sold yet, and then he got them.
The way it works is they bill you for 3 hosted games, whether they host or not. But you have to pay that up front. So you have to pay for all
Yep.
3 home games. And then what happens is if they don't play at home, they take that money and they apply it to next year's bill. They don't give it back. That's how it works.
Nice.
So yeah.
No, just not really entertainment. Just Moriarty and Stevie Rich playing tomorrow night at Gillis's Traffic Jam. I think 9 o'clock. I'm a definite. I don't know. But
I'm
Definite
gonna
to be determined.
I'm gonna El Zippo Chanso on that.
you're an El Zippo Chat, so I know. But I'll connect with you later, Doug. Have a good Chinese food tomorrow night, and I'll know a little bit about my schedule tomorrow. I'll fill you guys in next week.
Doug, you think you'll make it till midnight?
No.
Me either. I don't think I'll make it
I
either.
haven't made it to midnight in fucking 15 years.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
I celebrate the London New Year.
Yeah.
That New Year's
No.
Eve we had though at White Cliffs was awesome.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
fun.
No, my fondest memory is the Super Bowl in the blizzard.
True. That was good
That was
too.
classic.
That was true too. That
Go,
was a lot.
baby. Let's go. Monte Cristos and back to the ranch.
Yeah, that thing was nuts. That was a white knuckle ride, I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a white knuckle ride, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That was a white knuckle ride, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was rolling the Verano around. Let's go. Let's go.
That's it.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
boys,
Yeah.
get them up.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. Talk soon. Hold on.